Okay, good evening, everybody. Today is Monday, the 12th of February, 2024. Um, I just want to, I just want to do a video that way because I realize, you know, that the deep honesty with what this journey is, of true change and true detachment from everything and true truth, not the controlled oppositional truth and bullshit knowledge, superfluous knowledge of this matrix, but the truth that's within each one of us. I was talking to my son earlier, and then about half an hour later, and I just I get inspired when I have these open, honest conversations with him. Because that's what it's all about. People want to scream this peace and love horse shit. First of all, they have no clue what love even means. They've never loved themselves a day in their lives. They constantly intake poisons and poison their body and poison their minds and poison everything else. And, just operating as an automaton or a slave within this energy matrix. And, so they go around and say they just want love and peace, and it's so false. It's just virtue signaling, and it's love and peace to them is just, oh, don't ruffle anybody's feathers. Oh, you got to respect everybody's opinion. Oh, you gotta give them attention and care and feel their emotions. Well, that's bullshit. These people are addicted to drama and addicted to the game. Don't you know? Love is to love yourself first. And if you love yourself, not only are you not going to be ingesting poisons through your mouth, nose, ear, eyes, and skin and mind, but you're also not going to be wasting your time, effort, and energy listening to somebody moan, whine, and complain about their bullshit every single day when they do nothing to change it. That's not loving yourself. That's not loving the time that you have. That's not, respecting your energy. You can't save anybody but yourself. You have to change yourself, do the work, change yourself, change your mind, do what you got to do, deprogram, get off your habits, get off your addictions, and then, only strive for truth, fact, reality, and align your thoughts, words, and actions, and thereby you'll be able to live in truth, fact, and reality. And in living in truth, fact, and reality, you're not going to waste your time sitting there like you think you're a savior, and that you're going to help anybody by listening to all their problems and their moaning and griping and whining and complaining and woe is me and I have it so hard. You're not gonna help anybody doing that. That's virtue signaling. That is the type of love and peace that these idiots are asking for. And I call them idiots because they're fools. If you like the word fool better, here, let's use the word fool. Okay? I think that's a more appropriate word. A person who acts unwisely or imprudently. A silly person. Okay? That's a fool. And you're a fool if you're just doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. You're just on that hamster wheel and you're going, and everything's fucked up, and you come home, you complain, you whine, you moan, but you go back to work the next day and you do it all over again. And you have no game plan. You have no idea how you're going to change anything. You think, well, maybe instead of voting Democrat, I should vote Republican. Maybe that'll fix it. Maybe instead of eating fast food, I'll become a carnivore. That'll fix it. Maybe it's everything out, all of these options that you're given within the matrix, because the only reason you even think these ideas is because you're hearing them, through other avenues from other people. And you're hoping that these things are going to save you, that they're going to fix everything, that they're going to be the answer. You're hoping you're going to win the lottery. What are you going to do with the lottery? What are you going to do? Spend it on a whole bunch of things made by slaves and just perpetuate and propagate the slavery system? That's disgusting. What are you going to, these idiots that think they're going to manifest, that are trying to manifest, that haven't healed themselves, that are completely addicted to everything in this world, what are they going to manifest? What are you guys trying to manifest? More fucking material bullshit? Money? Oh, that all I need is money. That's going to solve everything. Then I can breathe and I can take a break and you can what? Become an alcoholic? Become a drug addict? Become severely depressed because then you'll after 6 months and you calm down and you don't have to go to work anymore. All of a sudden you figure out, oh shit, this didn't solve all my problems. I still have all my racing thoughts. I still have all my questions unanswered. I still have this. I still have that. Guys, the only thing that's going to fix you is for you to take responsibility, personal responsibility, be disciplined, be courageous, and heal. And you got to be honest. And you got to get to the root of things. You can't be fucking around. But I just want to let everybody know, I know. It's in my being. It's inside of me. I don't need anybody to fucking tell me, and I don't need validation for it because I know it. I've seen it in my journey. I've seen what can happen. I've seen testimonials. I see what happens all over the world with people when they put their mind to something. The placebo effect, how that works. The placebo effects, you guys really need to consider that placebo effect. And I have videos up that describe what the placebo effect does. You need to understand how the placebo effect works. It doesn't matter what condition, cancer, anything. You name it. Any human condition on earth. People have healed themselves through the placebo, thinking they're taking some magical pill from a drug company, and it's just a sugar pill. And you guys go, oh yeah, that's interesting. Well, maybe it works for them, but it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for you because that's how you think. You're in the slave program. You guys need to get out of this slave box. Guys, we are the most powerful biological beings on this earth. There is nothing that even comes close. The top scientists, experts, and everything else have been trying to figure this out for years. All your experts, all your technology, everything's based off the human form and how the human form operates, whether it be the eyes, the mind, the skin, how it renews, how the body renews itself through cellular regeneration. Everything. We literally come from a zygote, a single cell that branches out and divides and knows and creates trillions of cells and creates every single cell in our body, not needing anything outside of it. Contrary to all the bullshit you guys hear. Do you know how many people I've known in my life that have lived years off of McDonald's? I mean, it's seriously years. That's all they eat. And they don't drink any water. They drink, Coke and soda and everything else. How is that possible? They should be dying. This biological being can take so much abuse. It's unfucking real. And the mind is so powerful. Again, look into the placebo effect deep. Now you got to understand all of the experts and all of these drug companies and all the pharmaceutical companies and all the goddamn doctors, they want this placebo thing kicked out. They've been trying to get this thing out of the books for years and years and decades. They hate it. They hate the fact that there's a little bit of proof out there that shows that the human mind can fix anything. They hate it because it beats out their drugs 90% of the fucking time. These highly toxic, expensive-ass drugs that they charge thousands of dollars for. Everything outside of you, guys, is controlled opposition. Everything. If you are not thinking for yourself and trusting in yourself, and you're going to other people for answers, it is all controlled opposition. All of it. 100%. It's all controlled opposition. Why do I say that? Because the Matrix doesn't give a fuck if you worship Jesus, if you worship Allah, if you worship Buddha, if you worship the trees, if you worship nature, it doesn't care. Nature, the Matrix doesn't give a fuck if you go to the doctor or if you go to a natural therapist. It doesn't care. It's all controlled opposition. All of it. Now, right now, where we're at in this stage of the narration of the script of the Matrix, they want everybody to get off of these natural remedies, right? Because what they're trying to do, supposedly, is download everybody in an AI. They can't do that. Dude, the Matrix has nothing on us. We are so far advanced it can't even fucking touch us. But what they got to do is they scare up and stir up all that energy, that fear, that worry. Ooh, they're going to hook me up. Ooh, they're going to do this to me, right? And you should be afraid if you're participating, if you're intentionally intaking poisons through your mouth, cooked food, fucking fast food, processed food. If you're doing all that and you're taking medical interventions every time they come out and like, oh, I got to take it. Yeah, you better be worried. You better be worried for this physical body because it's not going to last very long. But the mind's so powerful that these people can eat McDonald's every day of their fucking lives and still just operate, just keep on going. Now, eventually they're going to come down with, severe forms of cancer and all kinds of other problems, and they get fucking, the cold or the flu fucking 20 times in the year and, have all kinds of stomach issues and constipation issues and skin issues and all of this, but they can still operate, is what I'm saying. And it's because their mind is refusing to accept the fact that they are ingesting nothing but straight poison into their body. Then when they eat it, it fills up that, it makes those parasites happy, and it hits that addiction, and the brain chemicals go, ooh, it overrides all of the physical 3D poison that's being put into it. And now you let one of those motherfuckers take 2 weeks and do in-depth research into what they are ingesting and how it's affecting them, and then all of a sudden these motherfuckers come down with all kinds of diseases. I'll have a heart attack right there, because then it sets in, it's introduced into their mind programming that, oh shit, how am I even alive? And then it really hits them, right? So the placebo effect proves extremely how powerful we are. In the fact that, we can sit there and abuse our bodies. I was an alcoholic for 25 years, smoked cigarettes for 20 years, all of these things. Just beat myself to death. And perfectly fine. I'm healing from everything right now. Healing from everything. Getting better every day. How is that possible, guys? Without any pills, without any medical interventions, without any fucking crazy dieting. Nothing. I'm just drinking juice. Just drinking juice. Guys, they think, if you got to look at these things because they're hidden in plain sight, man. And they hide these things in plain sight from you, because if they wanted to eradicate hunger, right? They got the fight against homelessness. Donate to the homeless cause. You got to give your money to the homeless. If they would put fucking in Feed the Needy, right? If they would put goddamn fruit trees on every corner in every city in America, nobody would be hungry. For free. Everybody would have all they could eat for free, especially in the South. Of course, up north, that shit doesn't grow all year. But I'm just saying, think about it, guys. It's so simple, especially in California. Think about the tens of millions of homeless people all over California. That shit can grow all year long. Why aren't there fucking fruit trees and little veggie gardens that the town owns that are just grown everywhere, and then nobody ever goes hungry? There's never a hunger issue. Do you know that they've done many studies, many different groups of people have done many studies on people in prisons and people in juvenile detention centers and people in these places like that where they have a group of people that they can control and keep an eye on with the study while they're going through it. Do you know when they take them off processed foods, they one of the craziest studies that I heard was the one down in I can't remember, it was Mexico or some South American country. It's where they lock up all the cholas and all the gangsters, and just horrid conditions, and these people are, constantly stabbing each other and killing each other and beating each other up and raping each other and all this stuff, right? They did this study, and after 2 weeks of being on whole foods, away and no processed foods at all, everything started changing. The researchers couldn't believe it. They were like, what the fuck's going on? It is our everything we see out here in society is due to these toxins that we take in. Everything. 100%. We are intaking and feeding the entities and the parasites and the demons and the devils inside of us. That's exactly what we are doing. We are consenting to our abuse every day, guys. And you can look up these studies. I mean, it's just it blow your mind. Good luck trying to find them. You're gonna have to do some deep research. They hide all this shit. They hide it all. And I guarantee you, if you look up on Google, the first couple that you'll find are going to be, oh yeah, well, it sort of works, but it sort of doesn't. Like I said, they've been trying to downplay the placebo since the 50s or whenever it first came out. The placebo effect, 40s, whenever that was. They downplay all this. They lie to you. They twist it. They manipulate it. And everything they do is to get you right back in the fold. Yeah, okay, well, you know what? We'll be fair. Yes, there is a placebo effect, but, those guys are a little crazy. And it's all, we're not really sure about that. And, it only works for a short amount of time. And it's sickening. Guys, you need to quit going to your controllers and your abusers for the answers and to keep you in line. All they're going to do is bring you right back in the fold. So we are the most powerful things on earth. And I'll tell you what power is. Power is having or producing great force or energy. Now, if we can, having or producing great force or energy, if I am able to do anything physically that I ever did before, eating meat, eating all these other things, and only drinking juice, how is that possible? That should right there tell everybody, well, okay, so the meat thing's a fucking lie. The fucking nutrition thing's a fucking lie. This man's only been fucking eating juice for goddamn 2.5 months now. How is that possible if nutrition's needed? I haven't had salt, and goddamn, I don't even remember the last time I had salt. Don't remember the last time I had water. It's all a lie, guys. So that means our bodies are producing this power. If we quit intoxicating them, if we quit poisoning them, our bodies are automatically will adjust. First, it's got to clean out. It's got to detox after the decades and decades of nasty shit that we've put into it. It takes a while. I'm not even completely detoxed yet. Not even close. I'm 72 days or something in. I probably got another 50, 60, 70 days to go before I've probably be properly detoxed. But once we do, and even in this process without being completely detoxed, my body's already creating its own energy. So the root of energy comes from the Greek energia. It means activity, operation, active, effective, right? And that's it. It's that simple. Now you look up the Google definition, first thing that's going to pop up is energy is work. You see, they got you under a thumb. They have you right where they want you. You are under control. You are a mind slave. And until you break out of that, you will continue to justify and excuse everything. Anytime you think for yourself, you'll be like, oh, that's just crazy. As if it goes against the programming, you'll be like, oh, that's just crazy. And then you'll go out there and look for things to justify your enslavement. So the human body contains enormous quantities of energy. In fact, the average adult has as much energy stored in fat as a 1-ton battery. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a 1-ton battery, but I know with work, I use these little batteries that weigh about a pound. And those things will run half the day, just using it continually half a day. So, and this is just what they're giving you. This is from popsci.com. But we have that's just what they're giving you. And it's way more than that. And it's regenerative, and it's not just in your fat. It's all a lie. I mean, water carries energy. We're 70% water. So energy is neither created nor destroyed. It's just transferred. This is how the placebo effect works. You use your mind to create the energy. You allow the biological system to do its thing, which is naturally creating the energy. It's our mind that is telling the body, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's against my programming. You're not allowed to do that. You can't heal yourself. What are you thinking? You better get your ass to the doctor. You can't just drink juice. You have to eat salt. Salt, I tell you. Eat salt. Drink water. It's all a lie. You need a balanced diet. Guys, think of it just in the past 20 years how their guidelines for a balanced diet have just swung from here, over to here, over to here, over back there, up where. It's crazy. This matrix is just keeping you bamboozled. It's keeping you going like this. And it gives you experts. It gives you all these experts. That's why you can have this, the same amount of experts saying the carnivore diet works as the same amount of experts that say the vegan diet works. Because the matrix doesn't give a fuck which one you are. Just as long as you keep consuming and keep thinking you need everything outside yourself to live. That's all it cares about. So we're extremely empathic, guys. Energy is the ability and strength to do active physical things and the feeling that you are full of physical power in life. What is human energy called? Bioelectrical energy. It's that simple, guys. But yet, if you go take a course in energy, whatever that would be, physics or whatever it is, the fucking book's this thick, and that's just your first fucking introductory course. Because they fill it with all their horse shit, all their fucking superfluous knowledge, all their bullshit, all their experts, all their egotistical, superfluous horseshit to confuse you, to obfuscate the truth. The truth is very simple. The truth is in each one of us. We don't need anything outside of us, guys. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And until you accept that fact, you will be living in confusion, fear, lack, desire, worry. All of them. We are the most powerful beings on earth. Period. If what we need to do is we need to recognize and accept that we've been bamboozled and programmed and indoctrinated in order to dumb us down and consent to giving away our power constantly by choosing to live in fear, by choosing to feel like we lack, by choosing to fear, starvation and fear going to the, not going to the doctors, and fear every little pain we have, and fear this, and fear death, and fear old age, and fear this, and fear that. I don't even think old age would exist if we weren't consuming poisons. I don't think it is a thing. Cells don't die. Cells do not die unless a poison is introduced to them. You put a cell, they put cells in petri dishes, guys. Those things live forever until they introduce a toxin or a poison to them. It's very easy. It's very easy to, what more do you need? There's your science class. There's your health class. Go figure it out on your own now. Well, how do I do that? Well, if everything you put in your mouth is a poison, if some things are more poisonous than others, maybe you need to wean off the poisons you're addicted to, right? It's that simple. It's so simple, it's ridiculous. It's so extremely simple. The reason it's so hard is because you have been programmed to rely on their indoctrination. You have been programmed that when you come to terms that something is wrong in your life, and that something that you used to think is wrong and no longer valid, that you go and seek another one of their experts for the new answer. And like I said, they have an expert for every stage of your coming to terms with thing and realizing the one thing was a lie. And then you move into the next stage and you sit there for another 15 years till you realize that was a lie. And then that's how and then you end up dying, and then you're so attached to this fucking hellhole, so attached to this illusion that you die. And as soon as you die, every story of near-death experiences and people, coming back from death, they all say, as soon as I died, all my pain was gone, all the fear, all the worry, all the desire, everything was gone. And then what happens to them? Someone from their past comes and tells them, hey, good to see you, man. And you're like, yeah, I feel great, man. This is great. I love this shit. Yeah, I hear you, but listen, man, we got a new mission for you. You need to go back there. And you need to help. You need to save the world. And because you're so addicted to the emotions and everything else down here, the emotions, you're addicted to the food, you're addicted to the good times, you're addicted to helping people, you're addicted to all of it. The politics, you're addicted to all the entertainment, you're addicted to the good times, you're addicted to all of it. And so when you die, you're going to be, yeah, I guess, I do miss that place. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Yeah, and that person, it probably your grandma, who you love so much, and you were so sad when she died because she was your best friend and she was so great, and she made you cookies, poisonous cookies to eat all the time, and she'd get you all ramped up on that shit, and then you could lay down and relax, and grandma wouldn't bitch and cry at you and moan. And so, yeah, she was your favorite person on earth. So then now here she's telling you in the afterlife that it's okay, just go back. Go back. You got a mission. You guys just in love with grandma, in love with this life. And it's not even love, because you spent that whole lifetime not even figuring out what love really was. Just having that fucking fear-based love, that fucking clinging love. And, I gotta please love, gotta go along, get along kind of love. And, you guys are going to come right back to what you love, no matter how fucking bad it was. No matter how fucking bad it was, because when you hit that nirvana state and you get out of this physical avatar and you no longer can feel that pain or anything, it's going to immediately go away. You're not even going to remember what pain felt like. You're not even going to remember. You're going to be so surrounded in peace and ecstasy that you're not even going to know. You're not going to be able to remember how bad it was down here. You're just going to be like, oh, Grandma, yeah, you think I should go back? Oh, yes, I'm in direct connection with the Almighty Jesus, and he said that you should go back because he's got a special mission for you this time. And you dummies are just gonna voluntarily come right back in this motherfucker and play the game again. So it's up to you. It's a mindset change. It's a recognizing how powerful you really are, detaching from this place, accepting the truth of the matter, getting down to things, being your own forensic psychologist, not accepting answers from these idiots. And trusting yourself, guys. Trusting yourself and doing what you got to do. And remember, when you detach from this hellhole, the shit that you've been feeding your whole life, all those parasites, all those habits, all those addictions, all those demons, all those entities, all those gods, all those angels that are clinging on you, everything clinging on you that's been feeding off you your whole life, your boss, your parents, your abusive spouse, your fucking, all of these goddamn things that have been feeding off you your whole goddamn life. When you go to fucking cut them off, they're gonna go hog fucking wild. Every single one of them. The parasites in your belly are gonna go fucking nuts. They're gonna send so many signals to your brain telling you better fucking feed me. Feed me. You're gonna think you're losing it, and you are losing it because you've been operating off a program called the ego your whole life. Just a drug addicted, completely drug addicted, zombied out minion, mindless minion, your whole life. Never had a free thought in your whole life. Everything you've ever thought is inside your mind slave box. And it's going to be a shock to your system, guys, in every which way, because especially once you get past these parasites and you're like, and you're remaining firm and disciplined and like, nope, and dealing with that feeling down there and those crazy feelings and the feelings in your body as your body starts to tingle and heal and do all these weird things that you've never felt before, because now for the first time in your life you're living in the present and you're not worried and fearful of the fucking future, and you're not dwelling on the past, and you're not, and you're breaking out on your own, and you no longer have all the safety nets of your fucking society and your government and your schooling and all that bullshit. It's scary. And if you can get past all of that and then you get to a certain level, you're healing, guess what's coming next to get your ass, pull you back in? Because the one thing you've been feeding out of all of that shit that I just mentioned, all those parasites that are feeding off of you that you're going to start getting rid of, they're going to call on the big guy. They're going to be like, hey, because your energy's going to change. And that matrix is going to come and fucking send every fucking minion it can to pull you back. It's going to fucking send all the frequency waves in the world to fuck with you and make you think things, and make you hear things, and make you see things and everything else, guys. You are up against the control mechanism of this fucking illusion that we live in. And it doesn't like losing a minion. Not even one. It has billions of them. And it doesn't even like losing one. So it's not easy. It's not easy at all. But you have to get down to the nitty gritty of it and say, you have to define what love is. You have to define what taking care of yourself and your well-being is. And you got to, get down to these nitty gritty questions and make sure you're getting down to the root of all the issues and not surface leveling things and just accepting the fact that they tell you need to eat 3 times a day as truth, the God's honest truth. And if you don't, you're going to fucking slowly wilt away and die. You know what I mean? You got to question everything and you got to face it. And you got to quit making excuses and justifying all your fucking programming and all your false beliefs. It's a hard, hard road. It is a hard, hard road, because all we've ever known is going outside of ourselves for answers. All we've ever known is going outside of ourselves for safety. All we've ever known is we have to have material possessions. All we've ever known is horseshit. And it's all meant to keep you on the hamster wheel of enslavement. So that way, when you finish out this life, Granny's going to be waiting, so that way they can recirculate you right back into this motherfucker and generate more energy. Because if you leave this life and you refuse to accept all this and you're still voting in elections, they're rigged elections, you're still watching rigged sports, you're still bowing down and worshiping celebrities and giving all your money up for 400 channels a month and the newest technology, and you're just so addicted to it all, and you're taking medical interventions and you're going, oh, thank you, government, I would be so unsafe without you. You're the perfect candidate to be recycled right back in this place. And they will. Because that's how it works. So, just remember how powerful you are, guys. This is something you have to, it's so simple. I mean, it's like just repeating the same information over and over in 20 million different ways. You just have to find a way to imbue it into yourself and find it and make it your truth, or just make sure it aligns with the truth inside you, not the truth, the surface level truth of the programming, but who you are as a human. You got to define what a human is. Do you think a human's an apex predator? Do you think that being an apex predator, you can do whatever you want, and what's holding you back? Do you think it's, survival of the fittest? Or are we empathic souls that are whole, completely whole, powerful, intuitive, needing nothing outside of ourselves, that occupy the most advanced biological thing on this earth, that is being intentionally programmed to poison itself at birth and from there on out? It's pretty simple when you break it down like that and think it really deeply and not afraid to face the truth. And just because you don't have the answers, I mean, and that's the thing. A lot of people start doing this, and just because they don't have the answers of, well, if we're not supposed to worship government, if we're not supposed to do this, if we're not supposed to do that, what are we supposed to do? That's the question you need to ask yourself. And the only way you're going to figure that out is by detoxing. You're not going to, with all those parasites in you and all those entities and all these things inside you that have been crawling and controlling you and all your addictions and habits and all your programming and indoctrination. You think you're going to have that answer right off the bat? I don't think so. I still don't have that answer. And I've been doing this for a minute, bud. So, this shit takes time, patience, trust in yourself, and through that, and giving yourself the attention, focus, and energy and pulling it back from all these things outside of you, you start to learn what love is. And when I started learning what love was, I realized I never knew what love was, and nobody I know knows what love is. Nobody. Not one person in my life has ever experienced love or known what love is. The true meaning. Not the bullshit, clingy, fear-based, worry-based love. No, not that. Not that. That's lust. That's of the flesh. That's ego. True love. But you guys can do it. You just have to trust yourselves. Be brave. Be courageous. It's all in you. Take care of yourselves, guys. Nobody else will.